he got it. So at the moment, you know, we're only 15 points behind here. It's not that much to make up at all. Any error from Maxim, I mean, the pressure is really on that guy now. Any error from him, and Parky's going to take this home, and there's nothing he can do about it. So it's going to get more and more tense. But another gold here today would definitely put him in good stead for it. Yeah, absolutely. The only problem then would be he's balancing out because Maxim got that second place in Cheongsong. That's the only difference.
You know, and it's not a slam dunk here today with the conditions. The conditions are going to change throughout the day. The sun's going to heat up. The ice is a little bit brittle right now, but you know, the falls, I think, will, if there are falls from the men on, you know, these finals and the strongest competitors, I think it would be from the ice. Really? I don't think that these guys are going to fall from the boards. From the boards or any of the other the holds. I could be wrong, but the ice, you know, it's a little bit more unpredictable, and there's a lot of it here. So steep ice, you know, anything could happen. So it's going to be a wild card today.
Well, one of the things I've been told this morning already was that one of the advantages of where we are is the sun doesn't quite hit the valley perfectly because of the mountains around it. So further around and further towards the entrance of this mouth of the gorge that we're in at the moment, that's where the sun's hitting. So we're hoping that this mountain that we're nestled in the bay of here is going to keep as much of the sun off from direct hitting it when it gets warmer later on. It's still winter as well, so hopefully the sun will be a little bit lower in the sky. Won't quite get as much intensity as we get during the summer months. But we'll have to just wait and see. You know, it's one of the things. It's an ever-changing substance, isn't it? We saw it in Bushtany.
Yeah, absolutely.
The speed. You know, 10 degrees centigrade, and suddenly the wall was falling down.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that today. The ice here, and I had a chance to climb speed yesterday, and you know, like the ice here is really strong. It's really good, and the men are getting up in around 8 seconds. It's amazing, and so we're not seeing ice blow off. We're just seeing people get, you know, get disqualified or move out of the way, so to speak, just because there's faster climbers. So ice isn't going to be as much of a factor for the speed, ironically. And it's kind of weird, you know, people are like, well, you move up the ice with your ice axe is really slow on difficulty, but you can just cruise up there really fast with speed. You know, there's a difference too, just the mindset. You know, it's pretty weird. You'd think that people would be able to move a lot faster on lead, but in reality, the axes are different, the mindset's different. You're on top rope, you're not on lead. The best climbers here, but there's actually some other good, interesting battles in the midfield, and certainly trying to get into, you know, the semifinals itself. Like, there's a lot of ties. Yesterday, there was a lot of ties, and meaning that there was a lot of athletes that got to the same point. Not so much a showstopper, but just, you know, we had probably, 4 athletes tying at each different place.
It just amps up the intensity a little bit, because then you know that in the rounds to come, they've really got to step up their game to try and separate the field a bit, because you don't want to be going into finals tied with anyone.
No.
you don't want it. You want to be ahead of the game, so that if it does come down to count back, then, you know, you're going to be okay. Particularly this stage, semi-finals as well. This is the stage where it really matters. You know, a top in the finals, and you're dealing with time, which is the thing that we saw in Saas-Fee. You top, and it's how much time you got left on the clock. Which is why Park obviously won. This athlete here, Martina Kratochvílová, we've seen her at one event so far, and that was Saas-Fee, and she came 10th. So she's currently in 20th on the overall rankings, but that's after just one event so far. So you're talking about this mid-range battle that we're looking at now. You know, a couple more events from her, and she's going to be moving up into the teens.
Yeah, and, you know, as she moves further and further towards home, you know, it's she's going to have
more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she doesn't have the travel and the fatigue factor. You know, from going to Korea and then
I'm getting that. I'm getting the travel, and I'm not even climbing, so I don't even want to
it.
know what these guys are thinking.
Oh man, yeah, it's good to eat different food, but you know, geez, you know, just every country, every week, it's crazy. So
just give me some bangers and mash.
Exactly. I want a jammy Dodger. Yeah, but anyway, you know, these mid-range folks, you know, she drops a tool and she's out of there. So, little slip of the foot loads the tool.